Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Now, the max value for this is up to $73.5 million. Now, let's go over. I want to look at A.J. Brown's deal because his deal's a little different compared to Deebo because he signed a 4-year deal. So he signed a 4-year extension. So it doesn't really work. The numbers don't work. If you look at the average per year, his is going to be a lot higher. Now, you look at DK Metcalf, and I think Terry McLaurin, this is the thing. Now, a couple things that I thought were interesting. Number one, a 3-year deal, not that means he wants out, but it means long term, that's not really his thing. Oh, man, appreciate this. Farsi, I love it. What do we know about how much his usage will change this year? Are we at least going to see him in the backfield for passes? Shanahan said, yeah, we're going to win games. And Deebo and I are on the same plane there. Now, if we look at DK Metcalf's deal, I don't think you were never going to run the ball to Deebo early. Once you get to clutch games and clutch moments, then sure. But it's not like he's going to be getting, if we just look at what Deebo did for the entirety of the year. Okay, so yeah, obviously the back end, he was getting all those rushing attempts. He finished the year with 59 rush attempts. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. But, in 16 games, yeah, that's a lot of rush attempts per game. There's no doubt about it. It's not going to be that many. He's not going to get that many. My guess is, let's just say he gets 2 to 3 rush attempts per game until you get down the wire or critical games. If he averages 3 carries a game, that's not bad. 18 plus 30, that's 48. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. It's going to be under 50. So the difference between last year and this year was all the running backs got hurt and Shanahan didn't trust any of them. And so he had to load up the carries in those key moments that down the stretch, it was win or you're done, right? And yeah, constantly putting this out there. Thank you, Zach. 3-year extension means 4-year deal because he had 1-year deal left. So we have him for 4 more years. And here we go. Actually, Trey threw 3 touchdown passes to Deebo Samuel. Half of Deebo Samuel's touchdown passes came from the 10 quarters that Trey Lance was quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo threw him 3 in all those games. Trey Lance threw him 3 in 10 quarters. So yeah, that's huge. 1,400 yards as a wide receiver is correct. The rest on the ground. I mean, 1,770 total offensive yards and a passing touchdown, if you want to throw that in there, which was awesome against the Rams as well. Now, let's go back to a couple of these other deals. I want to talk about the difference, right? DK Metcalf signed a 3-year. Oh, what's up, Clayton? We got the man. I think he's buffering a little bit. He's frozen. You there, Clayton? I'll pull you down. Once I think your connection's a little bad, but if you could jump in, yeah, you're skipping pretty bad right now, bud. Now, if we look at DK Metcalf's deal, 3 years, $72 million, right? So Deebo got that little extra, that $1.5 million extra, and a $58.2 million guaranteed. We're seeing Deebo got a little bit less on the guarantee than DK did. We got to see how it's all structured, what that's going to look like. But the numbers, if they're similar, listen to these cap hits for DK Metcalf's deal. Now, again, same agent, very similar numbers, same years. It's all very, very similar. Clayton, I think your connection's good if you want to jump in, if you've got something for us, buddy. We'll see if he can jump in here. Now, there we go. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? Still not working. Still not working. All right. Well, we'll get you back in whenever you can. I don't know. Something's wrong with the connection there, buddy. I don't know what's going on there. So you want to throw it in the private chat or something like that? We can figure that out. Here are the cap hits for this is DK Metcalf. Similar contract. 8.8 million in this year, 13.7 2023, 2024 is 24.5 million, and then 2025 it's almost $30 million. Probably going to be similar numbers. My guess, the 49ers, the way they're going to do it, I doubt it hits 8 million, but they have that cap space. And if Jimmy G, is going to be traded at some point, then I think that's going to definitely affect it for sure. You'll be able to front load it much more so. Again, I don't think the Jimmy G thing, I told everybody this, you don't have to trade Jimmy to do the Deebo deal. You didn't have to. And so they were able to go through and get this done even without Jimmy being traded. Now, that's just gravy on top because you can roll those numbers forward if you do trade Jimmy or release Jimmy or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as he's gone, those numbers will come off the books, right? Now, let's look at Terry McLaurin's deal. 3-year, $68.3 million, almost $5 million less than Deebo. And I'd say that's about correct. And he had, let's see here, he got $53 million guaranteed. So $5 million less on the entire contract and $5 million less on the guaranteed as well. Now, again, let's listen to Terry McLaurin's cap deals. Remember, same agent, same length of contract. So going to be similar. 2022 cap hit for Terry McLaurin, $7.3 million. 2023, $10.7. So you can see the Commanders backloaded the crap out of this deal. $24.1 million in 2024, $23.6 million in 2025, and they added a void here. Seattle did not. The cap hit in 2026, when Terry McLaurin's no longer under contract, $5.6 million. So you can see what that void year does. It lowers all those numbers by about 1.25 million. It doesn't jump up like what was DK almost hit like 30 million one year, didn't he? Now, let me pull it back up. I don't want to misspeak on this. But yeah, you look at DK's last year is 29.5 million. You know, Terry McLaurin, he never gets above 25. So there's going to be some give and take. What do the 49ers want to do? But they've been doing a lot of void years. So I fully appreciate that.
Boy, Frank Gore. I'm listening to 49ers Rush Niners all day. Let's bring 6 home.